throw the family off the Wi-Fi. I hope they've remembered. Hello Facebook, hello YouTube. I was just saying to our friends on Instagram here we are again, back in a lockdown. I hope everybody is safe and well, and this is kind of back where it all started really. I started doing my lives here, started with Instagram, then joined Facebook, and then later YouTube back in April of 2020. So I thought that what I would really focus on in the coming weeks is ways to stay well and stay positive even more than ever. I mean, I know that's my kind of stock in trade really. I mean, it's kind of what it says on the tin, isn't it? Earle Wellbeing. But really focus on things that we can be doing in small spaces, on our own, ways to stay positive, to keep calm, to reduce anxiety, to improve fitness, morale, all good things. So positive vibes, and I know a lot of people are new. I think maybe after I did my appearance on This Morning on Monday, I got a whole load of new followers, so really warm welcome. If you are brand new to this, I started doing my Instagram lives, which then spread across to Facebook and YouTube back in the first lockdown, and I carried on doing them. We've got a lovely community here, so you're really welcome. The ground rules are it's positivity. You'll find during the lives, you'll find lots of great chat that you can join in with, both on Instagram, which is Earle Me. Obviously, those of you who are on it know that already, but if you're watching on Facebook, that's how you can find me on Instagram. And if you'd prefer to go onto Facebook, then it's the Earle Wellbeing Facebook page and also the YouTube channel, which I do strongly suggest that you subscribe to if you haven't already, because we've got some really good new videos going up on YouTube. There's one that's going up a bit later on today, so do subscribe to that, because then they just ping in automatically. You get them coming into your feed. So if you are watching on YouTube, then that gets uploaded a little bit later. It's not actually live. Facebook I can do links to, and I have one of my magazine team, one of my wellbeing warriors, and I think today we've got Betty on Facebook. Hi Betty, I hope you're well. And Betty is able to put links up, so everything that I talk about, Betty can link to instantly for Facebook, which is a real plus. We can't obviously link on Instagram, so if you're watching me on Instagram for the first time, just go to my bio, because you'll see that there is a little blue line that says Linktree, and if you click on that, all the links open up. And if I've missed anything, then just go to lizarwellbeing.com and you will find it all there, and you'll find links to podcasts and articles and recipes and Liz Loves. We've got some more Liz Loves, lots of discount codes that we've been able to organise for everybody, which is really good. Yeah, you're right, Patsy. We are one big happy Insta fam here. That's what we are. We're very supportive of each other and helpful. You'll find that people often answer each other's questions, which is really nice, and leave nice comments. So I try and pick up as much as I can, but obviously it's quite difficult. I can see things going on the screen, but it's you know, that's making, I know women are supposed to multitask, but you know, it's taking it to a whole nother level when I'm trying to remember everything that I've got to say and do, and then read comments as well. So apologies if I don't reply in real time, but I do, particularly on Instagram, go and check comments afterwards. I don't do direct message because it's just one thing too much, but I do try and reply to comments, and the same on Facebook as well, and YouTube. So lovely. Hi Teresa, hi Lorraine, hi Jane, hi Kathy, hi Maureen, hi Carol. Nice to have your company on Facebook. So today I'm going to be talking about some really interesting ways to stay fit, and that are so simple and so safe, and I've been really impressed with. And there was a lady who came onto my radar towards the end of last year, a fitness trainer called Julie, who has invented this really extraordinary home exercising gadget. And we thought that we would share it with everybody today. So I'm going to invite Julie to join me in just a minute on my Instagram Live. Now, I can split my screen on Instagram, but I can't split it, sadly, on Facebook. So hopefully you'll just be able to hear what Julie has to say. And the same for YouTube. I have actually pre-recorded a couple of little bits with Julie, because it's going to be very hard for me sat here in my bedroom to demo the whole thing. So what we thought we would do is pre-record a couple of bits. So there will be a clip that will go up onto YouTube. that will show you. It's like a 5-6 minute demo that you'll be able to see. And also I popped some behind the scenes stuff on my Instagram stories so that you can see how it all works exactly. But I'm going to see if Julie is here to join me, because then she can explain exactly her background and how she came to create this really great, easy, simple gadget that gets us all fit in a flash, that is very good for resistance training, which for midlife women in particular is so important because it helps with muscle mass and bone density and all of that, and is safe whatever your level of fitness, whether you're out walking, whether you're doing it at home. You can even use it sitting down. It's that good. Okay, so I hope I have teased it out nicely. And yes, we do have a Liz Loves. So Julie, I think this is you, Julie Smith. Let's see if this is going to be, or are we going to get a different Julie joining my Instagram live? That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Maybe we should do that in future, just see who is out there. So Marie, meantime, says, hi, I made the cauliflower and almond soup yesterday. Loved it. That is such a great recipe. If you haven't tried it, cauliflower and almond soup is the business. I made that recipe actually for Vogue magazine a few years ago, and then I recorded it for YouTube and have done a whole demo. It's so delicious and it's so tasty, and it sounds a bit weird, and my family were like, cauliflower and almond, really, Mum? But it tastes absolutely divine, and you can add other things into it. You can add spices in, you can put a bit of turmeric in it. So I'm not sure that was the right Julie. Let me see again. Let me see who I've got here. Let me go live with. Let me see all. There we go. Yes, I think it was the wrong Julie, but this is Julie Ford in Step Fitness. It says I got to send you a request, Julie. Let's see why that is. Hopefully that will work. It's always all technology, isn't it? We're all just getting the hang of it. It says waiting for In Step Fitness. That's how you'll find Julie, by the way, on Instagram, is In Step with a double P, In Step Fitness. Hey Julie, how are you?
Very good, very excited.
Very excited, good. I'm just going to turn your volume up, my lovely, because I think, where are you? I'm going to try and turn this up without cutting you off. How's that? That's good. That sounds good to me. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, sounds great to me.
Great. Now angle your phone down just a little so we can see more of you and less of your ceiling. Perfect. That is great. So Julie, tell us, where are you speaking to us from?
I'm at my home in East Sussex.
East Sussex, okay.
Yeah.
And obviously a lot more of us are now at home than we were perhaps anticipating a few days ago.
Yeah.
So
yes, very much so.
Tell us about your background, because you have been a fitness instructor for quite some time now, haven't you?
I have. Have you got a long time? I've been sort of exercising for about 45 years now.
45 years? You don't look
yes,
anywhere old enough to have been a fitness instructor for 45 years.
Very old.
You're very old. Do you want to share how old you are?
I'm 67.
Julie, you look amazing. I'm so sorry, everyone on Facebook, you can't see how amazing Julie looks. Go to my Instagram afterwards, or I think maybe Betty can pop a link up, because we've recorded a video anyway for YouTube, so take a look at that in a bit. So that is amazing, Julie. And tell us your fitness story, because you've got quite a personal element to this, haven't you?
Yes. Well, 45 years ago, I started teaching physical education in Eastbourne and health and fitness, and I've loved, and I'm still teaching now. As Winston Churchill said, if you love your job, you never do a day's work in your life. So for me, I just love moving and being outside or inside. I just love movement. Yeah. And I've been fortunate enough, it's my job. Yeah. So it's been fantastic. And but when 5-6 years ago, I retired from my one school, and I received news I had breast cancer. Mm-hmm. But out of bad comes good, because I was always a big gym bunny, but I went back to the gym after my treatment, and I thought, oh, I don't want to be here anymore. I really don't. So I started personal training with weights and walking. My two loves, weight training and walking.
Brilliant.
But of course, you're limited with weights, and they're quite, heavy, and you can't go far with them.
Yeah.
And you have to alter your body shape. I've loved resistance training, so I thought, I know. I had a couple of pairs of resistance tubes. So I tied them under my foot in my shoe, tied them around my handles, and off we went.
Yeah.
Which was fantastic, except they started to roll underneath your foot, and they cut off the blood supply in your hand. So I thought I must try and develop this, and I fortunately met somebody that was going to help me. She was a friend of mine who's a seamstress. And we went through 30 different designs, and eventually we came up with the foot pad. It is a unique design. There is no mobile resistance band on the market. You can
so this is it, guys. Okay.
This is it.
So you've got these really soft, foamy handles that you've talked about, so really easy to hold. These are your resistance bands, okay, the twangy bits, technical term, twang. And then this is the soft stirrupy bit that goes under your foot, inside your shoe. Yeah?
Yeah. And that's very durable. I had YouTube, wetsuit material, neoprene. I had some old wetsuits, because it had to be durable.
Yes.
But also stretchy.
Yeah.
And so I cut up a few wetsuits and went through a couple of designs with clips, 2 bands, 1 band, and this was the final, easiest and simplest product.
Love it. I love these stories. I love the stories of female founders who strength out of adversity, something interesting, good, useful comes out of a difficult situation. And when I first heard about this, I thought, well, yeah, resistance training, I like that. Michael Gary, my trainer, he talks about that a lot. What's different between this and a normal resistance band? So I got you to send me one. And I have to say, I am hooked. I think it's really good. So you basically have 2 of these, obviously, because you have one in each hand, and you can take them out with you, or you can work out with them at home really safely and easily. And they have clips on them so that you can clip them. You clip them onto your waistband or onto your pocket, so you can go out walking and they're there, and then if you want to use them, you just literally unclip it and then you start walking. Can we see you do it? I know Facebook can't see, but have you got yours there? I know it's hard with a split screen on Instagram, but hopefully those on Instagram can see a little bit.
Yeah, so these clips are invaluable, these hands-free clips.
Yeah, I can pop a little bit on here.
I say to people, put them on in the morning and keep your instep on all day long.
Wow.
You can do it anytime when you're working at your desk. You can suddenly unclip them and do it sitting down.
Yeah.
You can just walk up and down the stairs. I think we've discussed about physical snacking or exercise.
Physical snacking. I love a bit of physical snacking. It's better than the other kind.
Yeah. And, punching up.
Yeah.
It is just so
that's so
easy.
good for my shoulders. My shoulders are so tense. I need to kind of unhook my shoulders from my ears, I think, with all the bad news that's been going on. And I've had to change so many plans for this week and next week. My shoulders have just been rising up like this and getting tenser and tenser to, stretch that out a bit is really nice.
And what is so good, because you have to hold your elbows in, and immediately you put your stomach muscles in.
Yeah, I can feel that.
And also, it's your posture. Immediately your shoulders go back, which lifts your head. So for anybody that has depression or menopausal or anything like that, it lifts you up. It makes your spirit, so much more positive.
But also, you're working out with your own body weight, so you're helping to tone up, flabby upper arms, which is great. And we did a little workout together. Julie and I did a little workout together, because I really wanted to put it through its paces before obviously talking about it here. And I was just amazed at, I think I'm reasonably fit. I got, slightly out of breath, I have to say, but you can do it at your own pace and it's safe. So you've got workout videos on your website that you can do sat in a chair. As you say, you can wear it around the house. You can, if you're going out for your walk, use it on your walk. So you're doing your arms at the same time, or you just go out for a walk and then you stop. Maybe you stop somewhere where there's a lovely view that you can just kind of, stand and take some deep breaths and admire the view. And then you can do your arm exercises at the same time. Yeah. And it firms up your backside because you're really working out the glutes, aren't you?
It's called functional movement because you're using your top half and your bottom half, and it's a bit like that, rubbing your tummy, tapping your head. Yeah. It's great for coordination, and it's great for the brain to be crossing over, and it really stimulates all the nerve endings.
Yeah, so good for things like dementia and all the things, the cognitive function that we're trying to obviously maintain.
It adds a distraction.
Yeah.
So you're having to concentrate, and it's because it's resistance training, which is you put the load on when you're ready. That's why it is so safe. And the harder you stretch, the harder the resistance becomes. Yeah. Or you can do it at your own pace.
I think it's really good. Now, those of you who are on Instagram can see Julie. Can you show us how it works when you're walking?
I can indeed. I'll go back a bit.
Have to clear the decks in your sitting room. But this is the great thing. You don't even have to go outside to use it. You can do it so Julie, so you're holding it like this.
Yeah. So basically,
and then you're just walking with it.
To get in to a nice rhythm of walking. Because I think when people first use it, they tend to do this. You don't. You have to plant your feet.
Okay.
Get into a nice walking rhythm, elbows in, and then punch your shoulders with your fists.
Just as you walk like that, walking with it. So you're getting resistance as you walk.
All the time.
Love it.
It's fantastic. Yeah. And straight away, I'm out of breath and I'm fit like you.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
That's all you need.
It just gets the blood flowing.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's simple.
It's great, isn't it? I'm actually going to buy one for my mum. So my mum's in her early 80s and she goes out for a walk every day. She lives in London with my dad. And I sadly haven't seen them for a while. But, they go out for a walk every day. They make that their routine. But actually being able to add something in. And we know that especially for midlife women, a bit of resistance training, a bit of weight training, that resistance, working with your own body weight. So it's not like lifting weights, which are great, but you do have to be quite fit because otherwise you run the risk of injury. And what I like about this is that you've got no risk of injury because you're working with your own body weight at your own pace. So you can step it up or scale it back depending on where you are on the fitness scale.
And scientific research has shown that resistance training with movement, locomotion, is the golden ticket of fitness. And I just want to tell the world, this is just so easy and it's the perfect type of exercise. Yeah.
Now, what about different lengths? So there was a question here that I've just seen on Instagram from a lady who's 6 foot. Would it still work with different lengths?
Yeah, it's 5 foot to 6 foot is the sort of.
Okay, so if you're in that height bracket between 5 foot and 6 foot, that's what it's designed for.
Yeah.
Excellent.
My son is 6'6", and he can still do it, but it's just like so easy for him. The strength. They're very durable, these bands.
Excellent. Well, I just want to say to everybody who's watching, so we have set up a Liz Loves code, and that's on your website. So can you give us the details of your website?
Yes, it's instep.co.uk.
Instep, so that's Instep, all one word with a double P, instep.co.uk. Right. And you can see Julie on there and see how amazing she looks. And just what a great thing this is. And we've worked out a discount. So I think it works out to an 11% discount, which is fabulous.
And everybody gets a free pair of these.
Oh, what is that? I can't see. What is it?
The clips.
Oh, the free clips. Oh, brilliant. The hands-free clips. Excellent. And it all comes in a bag like this. And what I was thinking is I will pop a couple of stories up to show it in action that I've actually filmed. We have got a little film going up on YouTube a little bit later on today, so you can have a look and see what you think. And if you guys like it, and it's not expensive, is it? Remind us, what's the retail price of it?
The retail price is $29.99, but
excellent.
The £11 discount is £26.
Fantastic. And you post that out yourself, do you? So you'll be sending that out to people.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. So what I would quite like to do, because I did really enjoy working out with you online, is I think if there are enough of us, it might be quite fun to organise some online sessions that we could all do together. Yeah. You know, maybe in a week or so. But so give people a chance to get it and then, you know, try it out at home.
I'm desperate to get it and show it, and I want, because it's so much fun. You know, you can put the music on, you can go in the garden.
Exactly. And it reminded me, I mean, I'm now in my 50s, and so I remember joining a gym kind of back in the day. I think I was a member of the very first Holmes Place Health Club when I lived in London. And, you know, it was kind of the snazzy new thing. I mean, it was like, wow, what are these places that have, you know, just come over from America? And I remember I used to do step classes, and I used to do Calinetics, was it? With that amazing woman who said that you had to have a bottom like a peach. And it was all about, you know, squeezing and... and doing step classes and just basic aerobic classes. And actually, I guess it's the modern version of that is Zumba. But there's something really fun about working out together with a bit of music, isn't it? It's so uplifting.
Oh, it is. It's fantastic. You know, you can do it in the water as well when we're allowed to go back to the swimming pool.
Nice.
Or I take it with me. Pre- and post-natal women. It's, you know...
Yeah, because it's safe. Yeah.
You set the limit to how much you want to do.
Yeah.
And it does. It's almost like when you're bouncing on a Swiss ball, it makes you smile. And this has the same effect, which if you make yourself smile and your endorphins are buzzing around, it's the only way is up. Yeah. It's just, love it.
Well, I think, you know, Julie, this is genius timing, because I think we now suddenly find ourselves as a nation in lockdown, and we're going to have to find things that are uplifting and safe, because we're not going to be able to go, you know, running off to the physio. We don't want to have major injuries either. We don't want to put ourselves in a dangerous situation. But we're going to need to keep ourselves fit and motivated. And I think it's going to be great. I've been taking mine out for walks. I just clip it on, and if I want to use it, I've got it there. I can do a bit of weight training while I'm walking. I love that idea of keeping it permanently clipped on, and then it kind of reminds you around the house just to do a bit of something.
When you're sitting down watching the television, when the adverts come on, you've got 3 minutes, 5 minutes of literally just getting up and down out of your chair. That uses your thigh muscles, your stomach, your aerobic capacity. And during an evening, 2 hours watching a TV,
you could do loads.
30 minutes.
Even just like this, you could do loads. Question here from Evelyn on Facebook. Is it okay for arthritis in knees, hips and back?
It shouldn't affect it if you can do normal standing up and doing that.
Because it's functional, isn't it? It's a functional exercise.
Yeah, but if obviously when you stand up it hurts to go above, then you just go to as far as you can.
Yeah, do it so it doesn't hurt. Yeah, I think that's a really great tip. There's a chat here going on Instagram, somebody looking at it for their 86-year-old dad.
Yeah, well, I've got on my Instagram, I've got an 83-year-old guy, my ex-headmaster, who had cancer. He was a lot of front. 18-year-old who is 18 to 80. It's how you want to use it.
Yeah. And there was a bit of chat there about using a rowing machine, but this is similar, isn't it, in a way, because you've got that resistance. Obviously, a fraction of the price.
It is. Rowing is the best exercise, you know, before running on a treadmill or cycling on a static bike.
Okay.
I'm not one for machines because you give 12% more energy when you're actually walking without a machine.
Yeah.
So rowing was my second type of exercise. That was the only machine I would ever buy. It's fantastic. Yes, it's resistance without the impact. Walking doesn't cause impact as much as running. Yeah. And we're meant to move.
We are meant to move. We are human beings. We are meant to be and to move. Now, you've got lots of videos already up on YouTube, haven't you? So people can go and have a look.
Yes, I've got Fit in 15. I've got some in the water. I've got a 26-minute workout. But I think 10 minutes, and you've done it, 10 minutes is exhausting.
No, 10 minutes and you really know you've done something. I mean, it's safe, but you know you've done something. Being asked questions here about pelvic floor. Is it good for does it help or hinder pelvic floor?
Helps it because you have to keep your posture. Immediately you pull your shoulders back, your stomach.
Yeah, so it's all...
your belly button into your backbone. And especially with that action...
Yeah, so this.
Tension. Yes, it really is. Yeah. It would help. It helps it. It's not a hindrance.
Fantastic. Oh, well, I know. I can see from all the comments there's a lot of interest, and I just think our timing today is great. So let's see how everybody gets on with it, what you think. And if you think as a community we could all come together and maybe do something, do a group session, I would love it, because I just think it would be a lot of fun to work out with everybody and to have a video that we could share for people to watch at home as well.
Well, I'm desperate to do it. I went to teach on Monday. I had one lesson.
Yeah.
And of course I'm now furloughed now.
Yeah.
Because the school's closed. So my passion is to teach. I'm highly motivated, and I love to motivate because I feel so good every day. Yeah. And I think because I just love.
You look great, Julie, and it's a real joy to talk to you and to discover everything that you've been doing. And I think the fact that you can do it with everything that you've been through and can come out the other side so positive and look so amazing, and honestly, you are just such an inspiration. You know, you inspire me. If I can think, if I could look half that fit and half that good. So let's make a diary note to chat again, shall we, in a week or so, and see how everybody's doing, and see if we can use this time. Let's use this lockdown time to really make a positive difference. I'm that's absolutely my goal. To make a positive difference, physical health, mental health, overall well-being, positivity.
Yeah, and if you feel good about yourself, I think we should all try and be better ourselves, but not try and be someone else. The thing with exercise and well-being, it's got to be attainable. You've got to be able to do it, and it's got to be sustainable. Sadly, we're in a world of quick fixes. They are what they say. They're a quick fix, and then you get depressed because you've got to do it again. With walking and resistance training, you can keep going. We're meant to move, and that is my passion. That is my real passion.
Well, I better hop onto your website quickly if I want to get one for my mum, because they look like they're flying out of the door. Thank you. Thank you so much. We'll talk again really soon. Bye, Julie. Bye. Oh, that is so inspiring. Honestly, I wish you could have seen Julie, because you're going to have to go and have a look at her videos, because she just looks amazing. What was it she said? 67 and a breast cancer survivor, and having had stuff chucked at her late in life, she didn't just kind of sink down. She rose like a phoenix. Isn't that brilliant? And is now doing something that we can all share. And actually something that reminded me of a couple of things that I now add in, which I find really helpful. You know that I've spoken to the lovely Zana Morris before, who's this really exceptional personal trainer. And her big thing is HIIT, so high intensity. So she's very much in favour of all this, this resistance work, because you're really increasing the intensity. So very good for muscle mass and bone density, really important for midlife women. And I could see some chat going on the Instagram as well about help for lungs and lung strength and lung capacity. And I know that many of my followers have been affected by COVID, either recently or currently. And there are really simple things that we can do to open up the airways, to stretch out. And I was talking to my physio friend, Libby Caudle, on Monday, and she was just so infuriated that there isn't this message getting out to people to say we really need to be looking at how we're breathing and to get the deep breath exercises in, because it really helps when you get COVID and you get the bottom section of your lungs start to close down, which is why that you can get real difficulties with breathing. What the physios will do in hospital is the first thing they'll do is they'll go in and they'll teach this really deep abdominal breathing so that you breathe right down into the diaphragm. And so she has put some great exercises on her website. Betty, I don't know if you can link to that, honey. She's Corefulness. I think it might be corefulness.co.uk. And she's on Instagram, so do please follow, because she's popped exercises on there. If you know somebody who's affected by this, do share the Corefulness. And she says it's extraordinary how it can improve our ability to breathe. And so, whether you're affected with COVID at the moment or not, we should all be learning these techniques so that if we do get affected, our lung capacity is more, it's stronger, we're not going to have breathing difficulties, we're better protected. And even just for general life in future, for keeping our lungs, our respiratory system healthy and strong, really, really important. So that's really one thing. So on a physical level, keeping those airways open, keeping our muscle capacity up, keeping strong bones, strong bodies. Some of the things that I was doing today, so that I've talked before about strong nutrients. So these are from Zana Morris. I have a teaspoon of this in my coffee every morning. This is the creatine powder. Again, we've written about this on Earle Wellbeing. If you head over to the website, you'll have a look. It's just a white powder, a teaspoon of it in your tea or coffee. It doesn't taste of anything. It just dissolves really easily. I think you can even put it in cold water, actually, but I just pop mine in my coffee. And it has been shown to help with muscle mass and preserving muscle. And I think actually, I'm wondering, this is obviously the new issue of Earle Wellbeing, and obviously we didn't know when we published this that it would be published literally at the time of a new national lockdown, but there's a lot in here all about how to shape up. Oh, look, there's a little bit about Julie there in Instep. So if you've already got your magazine, you can see what Julie looks like there. It talks about her, and it gives her website address, instep.co.uk. Doesn't actually mention the Liz Loves, because I don't think we'd organised that by the time we went to press. But don't forget, if you want to order that from Julie, put Liz Loves all in capitals, and that gets you your discount, okay? But in here, I'm sure we have written about fitness and creatine. Here we go, absolutely. So, live well for longer, all about bone density, muscle strength, avoiding sarcopenia, which is the gradual age loss that leads to a loss of bone density and a loss of muscle mass. It talks about hormones that can help, stress, and then right at the end there, I've actually put in a little box all about creatine. So do take a look at that. And I think that mentions the discount. Yeah, there we go. So you get 15% off everything at Strong Nutrients, which includes that creatine. And I did check with Zana, and she has got this in stock. She's getting more of her Amino Slim back in. So yeah, I'm taking that at the moment. So if you're on the waiting list for that, then that is coming in. But she does have the creatine meanwhile, which I take every morning, and I would highly recommend it. It's all about building in little things that will help make us look and feel better and be stronger and fitter, more resilient. That's the key thing, isn't it? We need to increase our own well-being. There's so many things that we can do, that we can add into our own lives. So, for example, this is my download, A Stronger, Slimmer You. Didn't think I would ever feature myself in a swimsuit, but there you are. And this I actually wrote, gosh, it must be a year ago now, but we've updated it, and there are good exercises in here that you can do at home safely, lots of diagrams, lots of digital links to things. And this is something that I wrote and devised with Michael Gary, who's my trainer. And of course, I've also got exercises that I did with Michael. In the first lockdown, we did a whole load that we recorded here in my bedroom and put them on YouTube. So they're all there, and a lot of them echo the exercises here. So you can download this from Earle Wellbeing. It's also got a lot of my favourite recipes. So high fat, low sugar recipes, really good for shaping up, really good for building strong muscles, strong bones. And then you can head to YouTube as well and take a look at some of the really simple at-home exercise routines that you can just do using your own body weight. That's the great thing. You know, and even things like instep, like Julie's got here, it uses your own resistance. So you're not at risk of injury, because that is the key thing. We need to stay well and strong, but without risk of injury. Now, I wanted to tell you before I go that for those of you who are new subscribers to the magazine, there is a special offer. So we always try and do a lower price. So you get 6 issues for the price of 5, plus you get free UK postage and packing. We do have a few, not a huge number, but we do have a few of last year's January-February edition, which is a really good issue to have because, again, it's all about new year, new you, lots of new ways of staying fit and healthy and strong. And if you subscribe to the new issue here, then we will also send you an extra copy from last year, so you've got a double whammy of all the good new year, new you ideas. So I've just looked at some of the things actually here in this issue. This is an amazing woman. I love her, Natalie. She's a former ballet dancer, and she's got this amazing workout. It's called the bar workout, ballet bar. So BARRE, as in ballet bar, not BAR, as in I'll go to the bar and have a drink and have a workout. So it's this kind of workout, okay, ballet bar. Really simple things that she's doing. And she, honestly, if you work your way through these, you seriously know about it. I tried one of her online classes and she's amazing, but oh my goodness, I couldn't sit down. It was just great. If you want to really sculpt your backside, I tell you, follow Natalie. She is just extraordinary. She is Bar Body, okay, NRG, Natalie. So her name, it's quite a clever name actually, because she's Natalie Aradonia Muse, I think is her full name. But NRG, as in the initials, Energy, NRG. Bar Body live stream classes she does, and she's on Instagram, and you can go to her website. I know, thank you very much, Betty, you're going to pop details of Natalie. She is n-rg.co.uk if you want to have a look at her website. She's so inspiring, honestly. She's really great. Moving on from exercises, of course, we have lots of lovely low sugar cakes and bakes. Perhaps we've all got a bit more time to do a bit more home baking now, and we're so fed up with banana bread. Let's do something else that's a little bit different. So these are healthier makes and bakes. Also, lots of things that you can do with kale. I've got lots of kale still in the garden. Lots of kale around at the moment in the supermarkets. It's really cheap. It's really good for us. And oh my goodness, how good does that tray bake look? Just so many delicious recipes. I am going to be cooking quite a lot over the next few weeks and popping recipe videos up on YouTube as well. I mustn't get too distracted actually, because there's just so much here to sit and read. And actually something that I really like from this issue, and this is about visible mending. You probably heard about invisible mending, you know, where you have some really specialist mender who can totally invisibly patch repair holes in jackets and favourite sweaters and things. Well, this is the opposite. This is called visible mending. It's meant to be seen. So, for example, take a look at this. Can you see that there? That's where you're patching a sweater, these are the elbows here, with something that's deliberate. You know, you're actually meant to see it. It's a work of art in its own right. And there's some really fun explanations here how to do that. And I've got a couple of sweaters and one of my travel wraps actually, which has been eaten by moth. Oh, the moths. So pesky. What is the point of a moth? I'm sure in the kind of whole biodiversity chain, there is a reason why we have moths, but why they have to attack our favourite woolens is beyond me. But I am definitely going to be sitting down of an evening with my darning needle doing some visible mending, because I really like the look of this. Anyway, so let me just, before I go, because I'm aware that time is running away with us, as usual. Where does the time go? I am just going to answer a few questions here. So this is from Calmer Life on Instagram. Hi there. You say, I've just ordered the Good Gut box to support my immune system. Can good gut health also aid weight loss? Yes. What a good idea. Absolutely. We know that gut health is very good for immune system support. So definitely if you want to get going, there are 6 fabulous ferments in the Good Gut box. So totally great time to be doing that. Make your own yogurt kefir, turmeric gut bug, creme fraiche. You can make water kefir. It's a really, really good selection. And yes, it can aid weight loss. You are encouraging the bugs that help to keep us perhaps slimmer. There's this group of bugs called Akkermansia that have been shown to be much more prolific in people who are leaner. So we want to encourage those good gut bugs, and we can do that by encouraging microbial diversity. I've actually got an e-guide that you might want to have a look as a download. It's called A Happier, Flatter Tum, I think from memory. And that's all about beating bloating, helping digestive issues like IBS, etc., IBD, reflux, indigestion, all of that, bloating. And so it's ways of trimming up, shaping up, and also getting a really good microbial diversity going with gut health. And who was with me on Monday? Did you listen to the amazing Katie talking about microbes, the company that her parents started, using soil-based microbes in these amazing drinks? Honestly, I was so impressed with that. And again, we do have the Liz Loves code on that. In fact, this is Fiona who's just written in from Instagram, and she says, I'm in hospital at the moment with COVID, so have ordered the Breathe version on microbes. So hopefully it'll be there for when I get home in a couple of days. Anything that'll help my lungs recover has got to be worth a try. Thanks for sharing this today, Liz. Well timed. Fiona, I wish you really well. I hope that you have made a safe and easy transition out of hospital back home. So yeah, the Breathe version of microbes does sound like a really good plan. Make sure that you keep your vitamin D levels high. Make sure that you're getting plenty of rest, drinking lots of fluids. I sincerely hope that the hospital physios have told you all about this breathing down into your lungs. Do have a look at corefulness, won't you? Because those have got exercises that you can do at home. Really important, and they were recorded by the lovely Libby Caudle, who is a great physio. She's helped my family and me for many, many years with many different things. And she herself had COVID in the early stages last year. And she filmed her own recovery using these corefulness techniques for videos on breathing and just how important that is. Pilates, also really important. You may remember the lovely Natalie Clough, who has her own Instagram feed and does online Pilates, and she reminded us that the founder of Pilates, Joseph Pilates, created the whole set of Pilates exercises to help recovery from flu. I think it was during the Spanish flu epidemic, and millions of people were dying. And he was creating that all about exercising this upper respiratory tract area. So really useful techniques that we can all be doing simply, safely, easily at home. Amy says here, this was from Monday, really enjoyed today's chat. Fab way to start the year. Feeling positive about 2021. Yes, let's hope. I am 21 weeks pregnant with baby number 4. Fantastic. Congratulations. I had a late baby. I had a late baby number 5. At 42 years old. I've also been in isolation at home after testing positive with coronavirus. Oh, poor you, Amy. Thankfully, I'm fit and well with lots to look forward to this year. I love the magazine and learn so much during your coffee chats. Thank you. Thank you very much, Amy. Great to have you with me. I hope you're watching today. I hope you're feeling well and keeping safe. And yeah, lots of positive things that we can be doing to stay fit and well. Really, really important. And of course, being pregnant, you'll have lots of extra estrogen, which, as we know, is protective against COVID. And there's some very interesting studies happening to show that. So yeah, I'm going to be talking to the menopause doctor about that shortly, actually, just to get an update on some of the studies that are showing very interesting findings on estrogen and the immune system. Joby says on Instagram, just made the organic Greek yogurt from freshly fermented and it's divine. It took quite a bit more time to do and strain if you want it perfect. We love the Bulgarian one too, and we've got the Sky to try next. Excellent. So for those of you who want to try all these, if you head to Earle Wellbeing, you'll see there's a link for the Good Gut Health box, and that's got the Bulgarian strain yogurt in it, which I absolutely love. I'm going to be making my own later on today because I've just run out. And yeah, lots of fermented things, and freshly fermented, they've got really good stuff. Love all that they do. Last question here. This is from Tracy on Facebook. You say, this is one for you, definitely, Tracy. You say, do you have any tips from going to being inactive to suddenly exercising again without overdoing it and putting yourself off? It sometimes feels all too intimidating when you've been out of the swing for too long. Yes, okay. Tracy, I hope you're watching. I hope you're watching Julie. Grab yourself, if there are any left, one of these. Please, let's get going with Instep, because that sounds as if it would be just perfect. Watch her videos, take a look at her website, have a look and see what she's been doing, because it's all about getting back into the swing of it, and you can do it so simply and so easily and so safely, just with a simple walk, and then you can step it up if you want to. And, you know, when I first saw this, I thought, because I've been working out now for a few years with Michael, I thought, actually, you know, I need something a bit more advanced. Trust me, I get a really, really good workout from this, and I can't keep up with Julie. She's an absolute amazing, amazing, amazing person. I look forward to perhaps us all doing some workouts together. Anyway, that is it for today from me. Don't forget Strong Nutrients if you wanted to do get your 15% off. That's the one that I was talking about. I'm being asked about that. And that's Zana. She does have plenty of this in stock at the moment. I am also taking from her the Chill Pill. I took 5 of these just before I came live. 5 of these a day is what is helping with anxiety, and let's all just breathe and stay calm. We're going to keep calm, we're going to carry on, we're going to be positive. I'll be back here live with you on Friday. I've got a new film going up to YouTube later on today and also again tomorrow, so do make sure that you are subscribed to that, and I will be recording my Friday 5 podcast as well. So until then, stay well. Hope to see you back here Friday live. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you very much for joining. I hope that you are enjoying this catch-up chat, and see you again very soon. Bye-bye.